How you doing, everybody? It's still the 7th of January 2010, and I'm on to do this. I hope this is a final little video posting I do today, but I have to do this because I was having my dinner earlier on tonight. There it was about 6, sometime after 6 o'clock, and I heard the television on in one of the rooms, and I went in to have a look at it. I don't like watching the TV, but it was hilarious. If it wasn't so serious, it was hilarious, except it is quite serious. And we had a real life version of Beavis and Butthead on, and Beavis being Brian Cohen, our Prime Minister, and the 4 buttheads around him were 4 various ministers. And it looks like they're on the verge of declaring some sort of national emergency in Ireland, because it looks like the country's going to seize up. The road network in the country is going to seize up, because they've no salt left, or very little salt left, and very little grit left. Okay, and then to top it all, the man who's responsible for it, who's the Minister of Transport, he's on holidays. I told you, it's like something out of the Beano or the Dandy, or one of those American comic books. I tell you, it's unbelievable. He's away on holiday. I don't hear any. They didn't say he's going to be back tomorrow. That they've sent for him. No, he's away on holiday, and they're about. I'd say they're on the verge of declaring a national emergency, because they'll have to do something. And if the road network seizes up, how are people going to get to work? How are things meant to be moved around? How are shops going to get goods? How are people going to get fed? Like, there's only 5 million people in this little country. There's more people in the greater Birmingham area than there is in the whole of this country. Like this, you could run this place. If you could run this place standing on your head, if you did it right, if you had people that were concerned, and people with a bit of tiny little bit of vision, and a bit of common sense, and a bit of wisdom. You can see these people are total muppets, and they're just arrogant. They're just arrogant muppets. They're arrogant ignoramuses. That's all they are. This the minister, BEAVIS has appointed John Gormley, who's the Environment Minister. So he's going to take charge of it. Now, he's a tree hugger. He's a Green fella, Green Party leader, and he's a global warmist, right? A man-made global warmist theorist. Okay, so this flies in the face of everything he believes in. Like, we should be basking in tropical weather. Instead of, we've had, this is one of the coldest spells on record ever, and it's going to seize the whole country up. And all of a sudden, he's trying to bail out a minister who's his buddy, I presume. I don't know. He's faint. If it's the old story, you get down with dogs, you get up with fleas, you get up with their fleas, and he's finding out they've given him. It's always the way. They've given him the fucking like Lenihan getting the poison chalice. It's a right poison chalice for you, John. They're going to give you. But anyway, John, I want to give you a bit of advice. All's not lost. We're surrounded by a thing called the sea, and it's full of salt. And we have 1,100 miles all around this island, okay, of coastline, and there are tens of thousands of beaches from the tip of Kerry up to the tip of Donegal, and on both coasts, bursting with salt and bursting with sand, already mixed up for you. Now, I know some of it wouldn't be suitable, but a lot of it will. So John, just get your, the army we have here, there's 8,500 of them, the regular troops, and there's 13,500 irregulars, part-timers. Mobilise some of them. So instead of them going to Chad, get them out of their barracks and stop them scratching their arses, and get them out and do something. Okay? Stop worrying about the black babies just for once, and think about the paddies. Because I know what'll happen. This place will seize up. Imagine they're telling people. You see, they're so cowed, and they're so prostrated. These people, they're beaten down so much. The paddies, listening to these arseholes that run this country. That's all you could describe them as. That they'll just accept everything and anything that these people say. They're waiting on boats coming from Europe with salt. It's hard to believe. And waiting on boats coming from Europe with grit. It's hard. It is truly hard to believe. It's truly, truly hard to believe what we're listening to. We've a major problem with two things. One's the weather. Our weather service is an abomination. It's a joke. And the other thing is roads. We have a major, major problem with roads. I'll just deal with it very, very quickly. I don't want to labour the point about the road situation. We have a problem with roads because the Romans never came here. They came to the rest of Europe. They were in the rest of Europe. At the end of the 1st century, around about 1890, they had the most sophisticated road network all over Europe. From North Africa, right around the whole Mediterranean, up into Italy, all through France, all through Germany, southern Germany, all through down into Spain, into Portugal, everywhere, and in England. Right? The two and a half legions, I think it was, in England at the time. Okay, and they were run around up and down Watling Street and all those big roads. Okay, so what you had is you had mainland Europeans and the English and the Welsh exposed to Roman roads for 2,000 years. All right, and it's only in the 19th century that we got roads in Ireland. So they had roads for they had roads for about 100 generations, and we've had roads for about 12 generations. Ireland must be one of the few countries in the world that when they build downs and roads, they put the camber the wrong way. They don't even know, their civil engineers don't even know what cambering roads means. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, is go down and see go down and see side roads in Ireland, all over the whole place, all over the west of Ireland and down the south of Ireland and everywhere. Go and see them, go and look at them, and then no wonder why they have accidents on them and all the rest of it. So it's unbelievable. It's truly unbelievable. Anyway, so like, I just pose a simple question to Mr. Brian Cowan. Mr. Brian Cowan, if you want to get somebody who knows about roads, don't be getting some bogman from Kerry or somebody from the arsehole of nowhere, right, in the west of Ireland. You've got to get somebody from Europe, where it's genetically implanted in them. For 100 generations they've been looking at roads, Roman roads. Okay? Get somebody from Italy, or get somebody from France, or somebody from Germany, or somebody from one of the lower Scandinavian countries that have been exposed to Roman roads. And they have this inside them. It's genetically part of them. They know what roads are for. They move huge numbers of people, vast numbers of people in commerce, effectively and efficiently, because we certainly don't in this country. There's only 5 fucking million of us. We can't even look after ourselves. Waiting on boatloads of salt. It's just a joke. Waiting on boatloads of salt coming from Europe and boatloads of grit coming from fucking Europe. Where in the name of Christ would you ever hear of it? It's unbelievable. And this country will come to a standstill next week. You mark my words.